StumbleUpon has been around for 10 years, helping users find new websites, photos, and videos based on recommendations by friends and other users. Today, the website is moving up the rankings of top social media services with more than 15 million users. It averages more than 1 billion stumbles per month. And last month, it announced a $17 million round of funding. Garrett Camp is co-founder and CEO of StumbleUpon. Garrett, welcome to Bloomberg West. So first of all, it's not totally random stumbling. It's targeted stumbling. Explain a little bit more how it works.
So basically the way it works is we try to find you interesting websites that have been recommended by either friends or like-minded people. So every time you click the Stumble button, you're going to get something that either a person who's very similar to you has rated or a friend of yours has rated. And it's also filtered by topics. So every time you get a new page, it's targeted and personalized to your interests.
Now, you guys have been around since 2001, and you have kind of a unique story. You sold to eBay for a couple of years, and then you went private again. What did you learn from that experience?
It was very interesting, actually, kind of joining a big company from starting from a small company. The thing I actually learned from it was the advantages of a startup. You know, you're a little more flexible. eBay is a great company, but I think we realized that if we were independent and we're smaller, we'd be more flexible and more nimble.
So, do you ever think to yourself, I mean, you have been around for 10 years now, we should be bigger?
Maybe. I mean, the first 4 years, we actually weren't really doing it full time. I was actually a grad student. So the first 4 years was kind of a part-time thing. And then after about 4 years, we decided to move to San Francisco.
And what I found interesting is that you, as an entrepreneur, you've stayed with this for the full 10 years, unlike many entrepreneurs who get distracted. Why did you decide to stick with it?
I guess I just really like StumbleUpon. I really like the serendipitous discovery that you get. I find, like, if I know what I'm looking for, you know, I can go to Google, I can search. But I feel like StumbleUpon's one of the only services that really surprises me and gives me kind of really interesting and targeted content that I wasn't kind of looking for.
So I would say that Facebook and Twitter are kind of their own forms of StumbleUpon. I mean, do you consider them competition? And how do you face that kind of challenge?
I feel like our experience is pretty different. I mean, with Facebook and Twitter, you're still looking kind of at a list of links. You're having to explicitly opt into kind of who you're getting the content from. The cool thing with StumbleUpon is it could be someone you don't even know who is on the other side of the world who has very similar interest to you, and they're the one who is sending you sites. So I think we're a little bit different in that we're focused on kind of the interest graph and recommendation, not just from people you know, but from people who are similar.
So you just raised $17 million. What's your vision? How do you plan to use that money?
Mostly hiring. Really, we want to bring StumbleUpon to almost every platform. So right now, we're mostly on the desktop. We recently got into mobile. We have like iPhone and Android apps, but we want to get StumbleUpon on as many devices as possible. So this means, you know, you can stumble high-def videos on your television. You can stumble on iPad, Chrome tablet. I think I want you to be able to stumble on any connected device. So really, we're going to hire as many good engineers as possible to kind of build all these platforms.
What's your revenue model?
Revenue model is basically targeted advertising. So we have a system called paid discovery, and basically the way it works is 1 in 20 stumbles roughly is actually kind of a sponsored page. So businesses can come, and if they want to kind of get their product or service or content discovered, they can actually become one of these 20 stumbles. And it's actually targeted to users, so only people who are likely to like your content will see it.
Of your 15 million users, how many of those are actually active?
About 4 million are currently active.
So, you know, obviously that's a smaller number. How do you grow usership? I mean, how do you get the word out there, get more people to sign up and actually use it rather than using Facebook or Twitter instead?
A lot of it is kind of social features. We've noticed that as we add more social components, you know, Facebook Connect, better sharing options, that's led to a lot of growth. So really actually focusing on making the service more social, and not just from people who are similar to you, but more from your friends as well.
How important is mobile going to be to you? I mean, this is something you can kind of do in between times on the train, waiting for
mobile
a plane,
is. I think it's actually going to be one of our most important platforms soon. Our overall site is growing at about 20% month on month, but the mobile platforms are growing at 40% month on month, and we're now delivering actually in total over 1 billion personalized recommendations per month. So I see, you know, 6 months from now, a year from now, I can see mobile being as big as the desktop for us.
So who do you consider your competition?
I don't really think we have any direct. I mean, I think we're competing for time with people who, you know, who spend time on the web looking at, you know, information. But I think the StumbleUpon's pretty unique. I mean, we're doing one-click discovery. It's very personalized. I don't think the experience of StumbleUpon is really available anywhere else.
And how do you come up with the content? I mean, who's mining all of this stuff? And
people are actually finding it for us. So every one of our community members, if they find a site they like, they can just click a thumb up, and that will submit it to StumbleUpon. So our entire community curates all the content. And when you thumb something up, it's not already in the index. It'll go up to people who are similar to you.
I mean, I imagine that's just a massive undertaking. I mean, how many people are involved in actually doing that?
Almost all users actually curate content. About 95% of people will actually rate and curate sites, and over half of people submit new stuff. So it's a very interactive platform.
So where do you see this going? Do you see StumbleUpon carving out a path that others will follow? Or
I mean, I think we just want to be like, the biggest and best discovery engine. So we want to be like, people say Google, in reference to search. We want people to say StumbleUpon in reference to discovery.
All right, Garrett Camp, CEO of StumbleUpon, will be watching you.
Thank you.
See if it gets bigger and bigger. Thanks so much.